What's up world, Plant Savvy here, and we are talking about how to water your indoor plants properly. Right here, you have a terracotta pot, all right, and you have the English ivy plant in it. Now with the terracotta pots, it takes more of the moisture out of the soil, and it takes more water frequently when it comes to watering your plants and how they like to be watered while in the terracotta pot. You have to take into consideration as well that different plants come from different environments. You have a plant that comes from the desert, your succulent that comes from the desert that may needs watering every twice a month or once a month. Or it just likes to be deprived of water. It's just that hardy and difficult to break. While you have your tropical plants that enjoy a good watering every 7 days. But we're gonna go over generally how you want to water your indoor houseplants. Now, watering plants from the bottom up, it can help because it can help flush excess salts and minerals deposits to the bottom of the pot and eventually out of the drainage holes. That's a great way of watering your plants, and I've been seeing a lot of videos and researching about how people just take their nursery pot that they bought the plant in and just put it in a container of water, let it sit for a second, let it drain, and then put it back in the pot that it was originally in. So that's a good idea, and that's one that I'm gonna be trying out. But whether it's the classical way of watering your plants from the top or the bottom, we are going to get a generalization of how to do it. How I like to do it in the spring and summer months, you want to water your plants every 7 days. So twice a month, you want to water your plants. That is a good routine to get on. Unless you have one of those alien plants that does not like any watering for a week or 2 or 3, it's a crazy plants. You do have plants out there that are like that. And of course, if you have your plants propagating, which I am a very big fan of, you just top off the water. Make sure you fertilize that water once a month in the spring, or per your preference. Just making sure that you're measuring out the different quantities of the liquid fertilizer to the water ratio. Now with misting your plants, if you have your plants that give beautiful foliage, you want to water them. You want to, of course, mist them on a day-to-day basis, not every day, but I'd say once a week. You can give them a nice misting if you want them to keep that beautiful sheen of foliage that you have. Like with the Aglaonema. That's a plant that has that green, light green foliage that comes through on the leaf that I very much like. So be sure to mist your babies every now and then and clean and wipe the leaves off so that they can get all of the sun rays, the different distances of sunlight that they need, rather red, blue rays of sunlight that they need. By cleaning off the plant leaf, making sure there's not a lot of debris on there, it frees up that photosynthesis to make its way through the leaf. But I do water all of my plants from the top with a watering can, just making sure that I hit around the edges of the terracotta pot, rather ceramic pot, plastic pot. And also on that note, like I said at the beginning of the video, when you have a terracotta pot, you will find that you have to water your plants more frequently than the other plants that are in your plastic containers of a pot planter. You will have to water your terracotta pot plants more so than your plastic, because the plastic, it actually keeps the moisture, it holds that moisture in. Of course, you want to have that drainage hole or whatever mechanism they use in the plastic pots to drain that water off those roots. But with the plastic containers, say for instance, This is my fiddle leaf fig that I did a repotting video with. You can look in my previous videos and see that. But yeah, this is a plastic pot and I love it. It goes so well with the theme that I have going here in the study. But I haven't had to water it for at least a week and a half because I'm doing the finger test where you put your finger, midway into the soil, and if you have soil on your finger after you do that, that lets you know that the soil is still moist and you don't have to water it. You only want to water your plants when the topsoil is completely dried out, and that's when it's asking you for a drink. But this here container, this plastic container, it has kept that moisture way more than the terracotta pots. And it's just been a world of difference because I water. In fact, this terracotta pot and the English ivy here is ready for a watering. And that's because the terracotta pot, it allows so much airflow through it. It's made for plants. I love it. Just choose your pot as you like them. And of course, if you need to have a nice selection of what pots to choose from, just click one of the links in the description and I have handpicked various pots to give your plant personality. And my awesome boohead friend Veronica has chosen one of those pots, and she chose the beautiful owl. The beautiful owl. How do you say owl? The bird. It's an owl. Wisdom, She chose that one to give her next plant the most beautiful personality, a wise, beautiful, brilliant, featuring type of pot to display, and it adds to the decor in the room. I'm almost jealous that I didn't get it. But that basically covers it for how you want to water your plants. Just be cognizant on when you last watered them. Keep a little notepad by your plant nursery area and mark when you last watered what specific plant, and wait 7 days after that and water it again. And of course, take the measures of checking your soil so that the plant can tell you. Look at the leaves. The leaves, sometimes they'll turn a little orange and droopy with some species of plants to let you know that, hey, it's time for watering. And that's the kind of plants that I like because, yes, I overly tend to my plants, and my girl had to call me out on this because I was like, man, I need to find out what plants that don't need so much care, that I can just let go. And of course I got my snake plant, you have your pothos plants that I love. But she looked at me and was like, really? You need a plant that you can just not give attention to when all you do when you get home is go and check on every plant and almost overwater everyone if you don't watch yourself. So yeah, she called me out on that one. And I'm happy she did because that let me know, hey, I do need plants that require a little bit of medium type of care. I'm not overly caring, maybe. I am addicted to plants, but hey, insightful. Mwah. Love you. Thank you for that, baby. If you all have any kind of questions, let me know in the comments. Press that subscribe button so that you can get notified when you hit the bell, of course. But subscribe to my channel here. I greatly will appreciate it. And I need the support to keep supporting my beautiful green babies, the Green Life Project. And if you all hit that subscribe button, it'll do us all a fantastic thing. So thank you all so much for watching. And click on the links. Get yourself one of those pots and let me know when you do in your video so I can come and comment and celebrate with you. I love celebrating with my fellow plant parents. So until the next video, I really thank you guys, and I cannot wait to see what you all are potting up and watering on the weekly basis, whatever monthly basis that you have with your plants. Until next time, keep planting.